Ladies and gentlemen, on the human service side, again, Pat Anderson, the Outreach and Emergency Management Director, United Way's 211 Huntsville Valley Region. For those of you who are not familiar with 211, I must tell you this as a short caveat here. As a state trooper, I found out, and as a college professor later teaching criminal justice, 85% of police work is service work. It has nothing to do with crime fighting, although you would believe that if you watch TV every weekend. But the reality is, most of those calls are the calls that rightfully now go to 211. And that is a tremendous relief for emergency services organizations, which free up the police and emergency services personnel to deal with the real emergencies, which 911 is the proper vehicle to obtain from. So, and again, I take my hat off to you. I know you also. Thank you.
And I know that you know so much about 211, so I'll briefly give some information that they might not know about it. Thank you for this opportunity to discuss United Way's 211 and how 211 has already saved money for your constituencies and local government. And I'd also like to have the opportunity to talk about United Way of New York State's request for state funding to ensure that all 6 Region 211 centers are providing services 24/7, 365 days a year. As you know well, United Way 211 offers health and human services, information, referral, assessment services, and crisis support. We do mental health crisis for Putnam County. And we assist people for everyday challenges of living, as well as development times during disaster, and we work very closely with the American Red Cross and other community emergencies. 211 is confidential, comprehensive services that enables government and nonprofit agencies to realize concrete cost savings, as well as increased customer service to residents throughout our region. Our call center, you can call from any phone, any type of phone, and you will reach a call center located in White Plains to speak with professional, trained, paid call specialists from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We offer 150 different languages, and we have bilingual staff speaking Spanish at all times. All the 211 call centers and database throughout New York State are regulated by a national organization which certifies the parameters to be used, as well as provides training for all call specialists. For a myriad of toll-free numbers, actually let me switch this, I think I have to. Okay. We have been told, 1 minute, I've done this first. In addition, a strong network, all right, totally confused here. What did I do? There we go. In 2010, the Hudson Valley 211 call center was available to more than 5.3 million people in the Hudson Valley, the Adirondacks, North Country, and Long Island. It was the first launched in September 2005 and was able to assist after the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina for residents in the Hudson Valley who wanted to help. It is now part of a network of regional 211 call centers in New York State. United Way of Westchester and Putnam serves as the lead agent for our fiscal 211. More than 170 calls and more than 190 services referrals have been made. In addition, more than 600 website searches, which is www.hudson211.org, has been completed. As you can see from the map that I provided, and I can leave some copies for you, we serve. 211 is accessible to 93% of the state's population, and any regional call center can easily cover the remaining population. 211 is a public-private partnership. Funding comes from grants from the local United Ways, and it serves as well as a corporate foundation, grant contracts with local and state governmental entities. In addition to providing its core service of comprehensive information referral services and real-time, up-to-date database, the Hudson Valley does a variety of different contracts that we work with different counties and other nonprofits. What 211 needs now, from 2006 to 2008, 211 throughout the state received a total of $13 million to create a network of call centers that would allow New York State citizens to access information referral 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Since 2008, we've been working with various legislators and state agencies to seek additional funding, as the money has already been utilized and we need annual funding to pay for technology and personnel costs, or more and more people are utilizing our services. We totally understand how difficult it has been to ask for new funding. Therefore, we're not asking today for new funding. Instead, we're asking for the state to fund 211, re-examining the costs that the state is already paying for a myriad of toll-free helplines. Consolidation of those helplines would easily pay for the $3.8 million that United States of New York State needs to fund 211 through the state this year. We have asked by the Comptroller Office and the FCC that there are more than 350 toll-free hotlines, or 800 numbers, with just a few of them required, as example, child abuse and abandoned infant hotlines. Most states, human services agencies, some of the kind of the outreach of functions or mandates to help people find and receive benefits. Governor Paxton proposed consolidation of these toll-free numbers in January 2009, but nothing actually has happened. In fact, even more helplines were created in 2009 and 2010. Some of these helplines are located outside, such as Maryland, and out of the country. For H191, N1 was answered by Nova Scotia. We are not privy to the total cost of these helplines. However, the Comptroller's Office estimated that the cost of simply paying for the toll-free number itself is approximately $9 million. A state agency have also continued to spend more money to build duplicative, specialized databases to address a single issue without instituting a plan to update the information or to link them to other related services. Finally, for each number that is created, the state has to pay for marketing so someone knows how to reach these numbers. I'm here today to ask you to support the funding of 211 across New York as a way that the state could save money and serve the public in the most efficient, effective manner by consolidating its all toll-free information referral numbers and by utilizing 211. Consolidation would immediately save millions of dollars, some of which could pay for the 211 services, so I'm not asking for new funding. If the state funded 211, callers and database searches would get the information to help they need with just one easy number to remember and one click to a database. In addition, 211 network would relieve the surge of what we spoke about, and American Red Cross said, emergency calls to 911 during an emergency or disaster. An example of that in Orange County, when we had the winter storm, there were 250 calls that were coming into the Newburgh 911 center, and their OEM. Okay, so as I say, we're not asking for new dollars. We're asking just to reallocate the dollars that are going to 800 numbers, and we could be able to handle it across New York State by 211. Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, just out of curiosity, how many of you know that 211 exists? Okay, it's you know, and therein lies the problem here. And it's a fabulous service, by the way. I mean, you can call 211 and get information on a plethora of things that you would never realize. But again, it's the United Way. We all know that the United Way is there. But the fact is, you know, now we see a practical means by which we can access it through a vehicle in our community. So for those of you who don't, I would certainly ask you to give a call, go down, take a look at the call center. You know, it's something worthwhile. And as you pointed out, Pat, the idea of consolidating hundreds of services. You know, when you need something quickly, if it's an emergency, of course, it's 911. But when you need information and you don't know where to get it, calling 50 numbers to figure out which one is right is a daunting thing, and especially when you're dealing with younger children, older people. 211 is actually a fabulous service. And as I said, in the police world, it picks up that 85% of calls that our troopers used to pick up while sitting on the desk, and our police officers locally will pick up and take. So there's a win-win situation to be had here all over the place.